Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Well, I'm sorry, I had no idea that the recording has already been started. Well, I'll be obviously lying if I'll say this. Because today's video is somehow related to this, somehow. So before I'll begin or I'll get into the video, I would like to share a little phrase or a line from a fairy tale, which is, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the prettiest of them all?" So I'm pretty sure that you all must have heard about this phrase or this line and the story behind this. So there was a old lady and she had that magical mirror which used to tell how she looked or how she appeared in front of the mirror. And obviously she wanted to be appreciated, she wanted to be admired, and she all wanted to be, to look good, to look ravishing, to get all the attention of people around. But unfortunately, the mirror which she had tells the truth, and she's not able to handle it because the truth was completely far away from her desires or from what she expected to be. So there was what we can say an incongruence between what she thought and what the mirror told her. And this is what happens actually in reality, just not in fairy tales, in reality too. What we feel ourselves to be, or what we want others to tell about us, or what we want others to feel about us, sometimes it's not possible, or we are not in that situation that the person, every time the person has to like us or every time the person has to admire us. There are times when the person can criticize us, can put forth their opinions about us, and which of course cannot be rosy all the time. So it has to be somehow a kind of what we say a needle pricking situation where we feel a little pain initially, but if we are strong enough to take it, so we work upon it, we work upon our criticisms and we convert it into our strengths. But many of us are not able to take the criticism or that the person who's judging us, that judgment, we are not able to take it that beautifully or that strongly, rather I would say. Why does this happen? Well, there are a lot of questions related to this. So without wasting any time, let's begin with it and let's get into the video. Okay, so let's talk about body image. What is body image? Of course, the image of ourselves, how we are or how we perceive us to be. Well, it's not that easy. It's quite a complicated thing to say. And why so? Because there are two separate images of ourselves. One is the mental perception, other is the physical perception of us. So what is it basically? Physical perception is like, what we are, our height, weight, if we go into that terminologies, that like what we are in reality, how we look like or how we appear to be. Mental perception is how we think, how we feel, or how we behave to be, or how we want others to accept us. So in many cases the mental image and the physical image tend to be the same, or they tend to meet. But in a lot of cases these two images are way apart. And when this happens, when our mental perception and physical perceptions do not match, there comes this imbalance or this incongruence, which leads to stress, anxiety, a lot of issues which people face, and mostly nowadays, because we are living in the environment where nowadays the media or the social media dominates a lot. We all want to be appreciated. We are humans after all. We love to get that admiration, that appreciation from the other person. But it's not necessary that every time we are being admired or we are being, we are getting that kind of positivity from the person who is in front of us. Many a time there are people who will judge you. Maybe they'll criticize you. So there are two types of criticisms, positive and negative. People will criticize you for your good also, like they want you to improve in certain things. They want you to change for good. That's a good thing. But many have the habit to put you down, to question you time and again about who you are, what is your identity. Many of them are not able to handle that criticism. They go into the phase which leads to identity crisis, and many of us are able to handle it, are able to overcome, are able to fight back or bounce back with that situation and come out as a winner. That's good, that's pretty well, like the way we handle. But why does this happen? Why do we want people's judgment? Why do we want to be judged? It's okay who we are, the way we are. But the society which we live in, we thrive for appreciation. We thrive for that positivity or that acceptance from the person. Why so? Is it the way we stop expecting from somebody? Is the day that we are actually living our lives on our motto or on our ways, like how we want to? Maybe. It totally depends upon individual to individual. So today's topic is somehow this only. I want to take this platform to make people aware about who they are and who they think of others to be. So it's very clear, don't go with any preconceived notions or any assumptions before knowing anything about you or the other person. Just be the way you are. That is what is important. So what are the other things which are related to body image? We'll be talking about it. There are a lot of questions which come with this topic, body image. So a few of them are like, does body image bother a particular gender? Is it a question for a particular age group? Is it related to a particular cultural or socio-economic background? Like many similar questions are there. So from my personal experience, what I have read as far as now, the research studies on an average show that if we talk about in the sense of the gender, females or women are more inclined towards being conscious about their body image as compared to men. Now this is on an average result of a research being done, and I believe that this is great because maybe we women love ourselves, we admire ourselves a little more than the men do, and I hope that, and I literally hope that they'll agree with this and they are not getting offended about it. But yeah, this is the thing and it's good. But as I say, that the degree obviously has to matter, and if being conscious about oneself, being presentable or being out there in front of people is to a certain level, it's good. But if we are crossing that level, it gets it gets dysfunctioned at certain stage. Then if we'll come to the age group situation, this body image or identity thing, like we want to make our own identity, we want to represent who we are, comes at an age when the puberty starts. When we are entering the puberty stage is when we all want to show our best. We want to look best, we want to dress best, we want to talk perfectly, we want to be perfect. The perfection is the word, that we want to be perfect. But obviously we all know nobody is perfect. We all have one or the other imperfection in us, and it's beautiful if we learn how to live with our imperfections, and even if those imperfections are hindering our day-to-day life, how to overcome that, or how to improve them, or how to be a stronger person. So this is the age group which majorly goes through all these phases, all these stages, and this is when they need a strong support. First of all comes the family, but the thing is that in this age group, the adolescent age group, they tend to be more inclined towards their peers because of the same age group. Maybe they are able to relate more to them, so they tend to discuss more of their things with them, and be it related to what is the trend going on in the sense of fashion, or be it related to something to social media, anything. So they tend to depend upon their peers more than their family or their parents. But I'll suggest, like, if the parents are watching this, or if the children who are in this age group are watching this, I'll suggest that first of all, go and talk to your parents. They are the better guide for you, because they have already passed that stage, and they are in a better place, and they can tell you a lot more things which maybe you have not experienced till yet. Obviously, you will also tell them. I always say that parents also learn a lot of things from children nowadays, in terms of technology, trend, anything. But that experience is always there, and we cannot, hide it, or we cannot overshadow it. So the experience, the new generation things, they go hand in hand. So if we balance both of them, it is a very good thing. Okay, so self-esteem is a very main thing to talk about if we are talking about body image. And why so? It is because we, as I said, we all have some kind of perception about ourselves, how we look, how we present ourselves in front of people, how we talk, how we walk, all over who we are as a person. Same goes with the person who's there in front of us. They might have the same picture of us, or they might have a different picture of us. It totally depends upon person to person. But yeah, like we strive to be in the zone where we want to hear from people, like how am I looking, or like many more things related to this. So our self-esteem totally depends upon with whom we are, where we are, the situation. It tends to shoot up or it tends to go down depending upon all this. So either we have a high self-esteem or a low self-esteem depending upon the situation, the people, everything as a whole. And it is not constant. Our self-esteem is not constant at all. It is a dynamic process. It is very flexible. It keeps on changing. And similarly, related to body image, if I'll talk, there are people who will obviously somehow appreciate you for how you're looking. They'll compliment you that your dressing sense is amazing. Your makeup skills are just wonderful. You know how to present yourself. You are the kindest person I've ever met. You talk beautifully, this and that. And we love to hear this. Like we continuously strive and we work hard towards acceptance. But if we are doing so, are we pretending to be somebody else? Like, have we lost our own identity just for getting accepted in a certain group, in a certain society? If this is the situation, if this is the thing, then I think this is not at all justified with ourselves. And in the same way, if somebody is criticizing us time and again, you are looking fat, I think you should lose some weight. I think, this dress is not going well on you, or better not to do any kind of makeup, just be plain and simple, that really suits you. What a messy hair, you don't know how to actually pull it off well. So, we cannot take that also very well. So where are we? We can't take our criticisms well, we can't take our appreciation well. We try to pretend with what we are not. I'm not saying everybody does that, but most of us, in today's time, we have to accept it, most of us try to pretend what we are not. Just stop that. Just be yourself. If you like to dress up well. If you like to go out, it's totally you. If you like to wear specs, or if you don't want anybody to bother you time and again to do your makeup or do your dress, that's totally fine. This is who you are, and this is beautiful you, and nobody would ever change you until and unless it is you who decides to change. Change is a good thing, but changing for someone else's satisfaction or for fulfilling somebody else's gratification is not the way of changing. Changing yourself, changing the way you look in and out, only if you think that something's going in a negative way for you and you want to turn it out to be positive, then is when you need to change. Otherwise, just love the way you are, and nobody shall stop you from loving you. How you can cope up with negative thoughts about your own body image? It is very important to come out of it, to overcome all this and to stay positive. How you can do it? So it is very important to have a positive image of yourself. Keep a positive and honest picture of yourself in your mind. Represent the same physically, and you will definitely see the results. As I said earlier, that stop pretending what you are not and start being yourself what you are. So this is one of the things you can do. And then on, if people really accept you the way you are, it's good. And those who don't, let them be their own way. Maybe they have a different taste, and it's totally fine. Secondly, what you can do is surround yourself with honest people, surround yourself with positive people who are there in front of you to tell you your mistakes, who are there in front of you to tell you where you fell weak or where you have to be strong, where you can change for better. Keeping a place for such people is very important in your life, rather than keeping the place for people of yes men who are there in front of you, who are there to make you happy for what you are not. Such people will never let you grow. So if you want to grow in life, be around honest and positive people and not around yes men, because they'll not let you grow. This is from my experience, and I hope many of you must have experienced this. So this is one of the things you can do. Another thing you can do is start writing down your negative thoughts. This is a very common thing and a very ultimate thing. Like, it brings about a positive change, a positive result. Keep a diary for yourself, be it a me diary, a personal diary, anything, whatever you want to name it. Just write down your thoughts on daily basis, what you have felt today. Be it your negative thoughts, be it your positive thoughts, be it your any experience, whatever you feel like you want. Like, some of the things we can't share with our close ones, and we can't go unfiltered with people, but we can go unfiltered with ourselves within. So just write down those unfiltered things, and you'll, over a period of time, you'll see some kind of pattern there. And what pattern you'll see? That the things are related, the things are connected simultaneously. So that connectivity, that journey from a negative one to a positive one is the journey you have to decide for yourself, and you have to reach a positive destination. That is the aim, that should be the aim for you. So this is the thing which you can do. And last but not the least, if even after doing all these things you are not able to find that satisfaction within yourself, or that if you are not able to find that negativity being lost, or it's still there, just take the help of any professional. Then comes the work for a professional. We, as a professional, as a mental health worker, I suggest, I try to bring a change in somebody's life out there, but I do not spoon feed, and nobody will spoon feed you. So you have to come out of your things with your experiences. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि you don't have the answers for your questions. You cannot be blank. Everybody has answers of their own questions. The thing is, sometimes we find it early, sometimes we find it a little late, but yeah, we do find it. And maybe with our own, like with our own things, like with our own help, or maybe with the help of somebody else who's there, maybe our loved ones, maybe any professional for that matter. So it's completely fine, it's completely alright to take a help of any professional. So last but not the least, as I say, if needed, please go to your mental health professionals and take their help. They'll definitely guide you for the positive and for your good. Okay, so that's all for today, and I hope that you liked the content which I just tried my level best to put forth in front of you. And if you did, if you loved the content, and if you understood what it meant to be, then start it from today and just be yourself. And if you are new to this channel, then please go and subscribe. Otherwise, if you have already subscribed, then like it, share it with your friends, family, anyone, everyone you know, and show them how much you love yourself and how much they should love themselves, who they are. Till we meet again in our next video, as I say, stay confident, stay positive, and yeah, be hopeful.